directed focus via affirmative confirmation anchoring. Let's say, imagine yourself at this Great Gatsby speakeasy themed event, right? You accept the fancy oyster Rockefeller from the pretty flapper waitress, dressed in her short skirt with her even shorter hair, amongst a roaring guest list of like the bee's knees. You turn to the bartender with the black feather in her headband. She looks at you, bottle in hand, as she just poured a line of champagne glasses, mostly right across the persistent crowd. What do you order? Well, now imagine she looks at you, shaker in hand, as she just poured a line of martini glasses, mostly right across that persistent crowd. What do you order? Did you think champagne as easily as you then thought martini? They're like the two most opposite drinks. And you've chosen them with the same level of expected satisfaction. That you made both those choices, yet only after those choices were made for you. This technique allows me to build a path in your mind while allowing you to feel as if you are the one freely filling in the blanks of your own path. In doing so, your brain is wired to look for confirmations rather than disconfirmations. In fact, at a rate of 4 to 1. Here's how this works. I want you to order champagne. I implant you in a situation where champagne is the focus. Because you see others drinking champagne, you think to yourself the confirmations to order champagne, like what are the reasons to do it, rather than the disconfirmations, the reasons not to order champagne. Well, of course you then order champagne. Your experience goes so well as you continue seeking confirmations of your decision to order champagne in others' pleasures. Oh, look, we're all drinking champagne. Everyone's having fun. Must be the champagne. Well, now you're a champagne drinker. All the while, I never once suggested or recommended champagne. I simply built the path for you to direct your own focus to champagne. Your sense of comfort is then reinforced within all the affirmative confirmations anchored to you ordering champagne. You have just been mobilized to champagne without me ever suggesting it. And because the champagne filled in the blanks of the path I have built for you, you're now reinforced that it was the right decision because it neatly fit within your accepted expectations. Again, the path I built. Now, anything else will disturb this balance you've achieved. Why would you get a gin and tonic, right? Now your following of my leading is recognized as the right decision by you. To further demonstrate this technique, let's say I were a palm reader and held your hand firmly at a party and simply commented, "My, you can be very firm at times." You'll answer, "Oh yeah, I can be," because your brain's looking for the confirmations of what I just said, just as easily as if I would have held your hand and bent it a little bit, and said, "Man, you can be flexible at times." You would have answered completely different, but with the same probability. Once your answer is the affirmative, you're now anchored to that belief. Your brain is not wired to second guess itself. In fact, you're wired to move on in a consistent fashion with your proclamations. For instance, how many times have you witnessed, I don't know, like your mother, an event director, gym teacher, whomever needing to move some boxes, right? They address their audience out loud, "I need my big strong boys to come up here." Without ever realizing it, what they had just done, they instinctually knew that asking who wants to help me move heavy boxes with no reward while everyone watches them probably carried a far less likelihood than directing the focus of the boys to then fill in their path with affirmative confirmations by themselves. "I'm a strong boy, this is what I need to do, this is my path, let me go do it." What really happened? These boys have now had their focus shifted from just "I'm another guy in the crowd" to one where it's been directed that they need to fill in their path, that it's their path to fill, right? In this new framing, their volunteering is not volunteering, it's obligated next steps. Because they have to be united with the other big, strong boys doing the same thing. And because attention can be only paid to one thought at a time, these boys don't actually even have the ability to see an outcome other than completing this task alongside the others, versus a public shaming for declining to participate in this moral obligation. And how? The assumed casualty of our focus holds deep sway with the social responsibility that the more someone needs our help, the more obliged we are to help them. The more guilty we are if we do not. All because the instructor made a simple general direction to an audience. not bad.